My vision for Skool, and this is my vision, this is like, this is why I'm bought in, and I'm curious to see how it unravels. But when I see what Skool is doing, it's the opposite of other platforms. Other platforms, for me, they seem to be optimizing for time spent on the platform. It's like, let's get these people like to use this app as much as possible so we can sell more ads to make more money, because the advertising model is based on, you know, basically selling the attention of the people that use the product. And so that, by its nature, like, removes people from IRL. It removes people from society. And like, a very interesting way to think about this is, so I used to live in a very working class part of Belfast. All these red brick buildings, terrace houses. A lot of the factory workers would have lived there. A lot of shipyard builders, people who would have built Titanic and like ships like that. And, it's very interesting, like, how those streets are organized. So at the front, there's kind of like, if this is one side of the street, and then there's the road in the middle, and then this is the other side of the street. So it's just like doors, 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 windows, 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 doors, 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 windows, 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 and like just enough space for maybe like 1.5 cars to like come down the middle. So it's like, before cars, that middle space would have been like a community hangout spot. People would have had barbecues there. The kids would have been playing football on the street. And then like the car came along and like totally like eliminated that space for people, because now everyone's cars are parked there. The kids can't play there, blah, 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 blah. You can't sit outside your front door because there's a big car in your way. But around the back of the houses, there was like a little alleyway. And the alleyway used to have like a big, long kitchen sink. And it was called a jaw box, because like all the mouths would be like going around this box. And it was like where everyone did their dishes. It's like where everyone like did their washing. And it was like another like very like central part of like the city community. It's like everyone would be there, everyone would be talking, the kids would be there, blah, 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 blah. So then you think about like something like a radio gets introduced. You can actually, before radio, you can say newspapers, right? So newspapers get introduced to printing press. All of a sudden now, people are in the corner of that community scene with a newspaper in front of them. And the newspaper is like literally a barrier. And if you think about like the word screen, like the word screen is also used to describe like a barrier. Like a screen that you get changed behind, all that sort of stuff. So the newspaper goes up in front of somebody's face, and it's like literally a screen. You can't see that person anymore. It's like they're sucked into like an alternate dimension, if you want to be really dramatic about it. And then like, but they're still there, they're still like in the mix. And then the radio comes along, and now like it kind of kills conversation, because now the radio becomes like the dominant voice in that community space. So everyone will like kind of listen quietly to the radio, and then maybe like commentate on the radio. But everyone's still together. It's still like a communal thing. Then the TV gets introduced, right? And so the TV takes everyone out of the street and puts them in the living room. So now everyone's inside. They're still together, but like they're maybe together with their family and their friends. It's not like a whole street experience. It's like you're now inside. And then like the personal computer gets introduced. And now that's like even more of a solo activity, but maybe it's in like the living room or the kitchen or something. So it's still in the common space. Then phones get introduced, and that's a very, very solo experience. Now people are like each in their own bedrooms on the same street, while the living room's empty, like the street corner's empty, and it's all just like a very isolating experience. So I think like that's kind of the trend that I've seen, what technology has done to community. That's the trend, what I see technology does to human relationships. And like most platforms, I'll not even bother naming any, because you know what they are. They operate kind of like with that, like it's very hyper individual, blah, 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 blah. And what I think is interesting about Skool is that, yes, it's an online product. Yes, it's software. But the goal is to like connect you with people. The goal isn't to isolate you further away. So it's like, hey, what are you passionate about? It's like, I'm passionate about chess, or I'm passionate about ads, or I'm passionate about grass, or I'm passionate about Ireland. So it's like the passion is really just like something to hang your hat on. The passion doesn't even really matter. It's just a vehicle to connect you with somebody. And then once you're connected with somebody, then you'll hop on a call like this, right? Still through a screen, still whatever. You'll hop on a group call. You'll message people in the comments. You message people in the DMs. And there is a flow to Skool where it's like first you see someone post something, then you see a comment, then you maybe see them on a group call. And the natural kind of like progression of that funnel is you go and you meet up with them in real life. So, we are rolling out a feature next year called Skool Map. Every community will have a map. You'll be able to see where every single person in your community is around the world. And you'll be able to also like host meetups on that map. So you'll see, oh, this is where lots of people are. So let's like throw an event for these people here. And the goal is to take it off platform. The goal is to like take it into the real world. And like what I've experienced on like a meta level of like going to the Skool Games events once a month is that you build such intense, deep relationships there. This one that you and I have included, where there's always a follow-up. Like, so Skool just really became the matchmaker. It was just like the tool for like the thing that humans have been doing for thousands of years, which is like genuine, deep, strong connection and like a sense of belonging